On the eve of Easter, Ukrainians held to centuries-old Easter rituals in the midst of a conflict that has devastated most of the nation. Hundreds of people lined up outside the Greek Catholic Church of the Transfiguration in Lviv's old city centre to have their wicker baskets blessed by the priest. They use the Julian calendar and will celebrate Easter on Sunday this year. The meal was intended for extravagant Easter brunches following Sunday Mass. Others brought Easter baskets across the cobblestone walkways to the several churches that border the UNESCO World Heritage Site Central Market area. As the air raid sirens sounded, eateries shuttered and a group of street musicians stopped playing traditional Ukrainian stringed instruments. Residents had placed flower bouquets at the feet of a Virgin Mary statue at a junction, along with white sandbags to guard the monument from bombs. Since the conflict began, churches have protected sacred sculptures and boarded up stained glass windows. Russia, which is mostly Eastern Orthodox, has rebuffed requests for an Easter truce from Ukraine and the UN. Contrary to popular belief, most Ukrainians and Russians are Orthodox Christians. The Ukrainian Church, subordinated to Moscow since 1686, gained independence in 2019. Russian airstrikes killed 7 people in Lviv this week, although the city has been spared most of the violence in the country's east for 2 months. Ukrainians have sought sanctuary here or traveled through en route to Poland and other countries. Volunteers distributed Easter sweets to displaced youngsters coming by train in Lviv. To reach western Ukraine from the damaged southern port city of Mariupol, one family trekked for 5 days with their 4 children. Many Ukrainians stated they were keeping to their customs despite the war's misery and anxiety. People's looks and eyes are not as happy this year, observed Miroslava Zakharkiv, an English professor. Many mourn. Many men have gone forward. Zakharkiv, 48, said she had cleaned her house in a hamlet near Lviv for Easter. She had also cooked Easter bread and prepared delicacies to be blessed at church. "We hope there are no explosions or alarms, but nobody knows what will happen," she remarked. The fighting has separated many displaced people from their family. Anna Mukoida, 22, spent her first Easter apart from her family in Bielsk-Ekva, 50 miles south of Kyiv, while she escaped to Chernivtsi in the southwest. Unafraid of risk and uncertainty, many Ukrainians clung to tradition. Easter in wartime is like the sun after a rain, Mukoida added. Such days are really necessary today merely to feel alive and recollect life before the war. And Neonila Vodolska, 22. She was in Kalush, distant from her family in Kyiv. So she might feel closer to her family, she ordered a white blouse with typical dark red embroidery for Easter. The need of safeguarding such customs has become clear to Vodolska. A regular celebration that reminds me of wonderful times, of my youth, gives me hope. For many Christians, Saturday night is a time to keep vigils and attend midnight masses in commemoration of those who waited by Christ's tomb on Holy Saturday. Many folks instead intended to watch the Mass on TV. In a statement Saturday morning, the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense warned that citizens gathered for an all-night service may be targeted by missiles, planes, and artillery. The curfew was reimposed in Lviv after police received data that pro-Russia saboteurs were organizing assaults in the city. Fearing Russian bombing, Ukraine's Orthodox Church leader, Metropolitan Epiphanius, requested clergy to postpone evening Easter services earlier this week. "This is not hard to accept since the adversary is attempting to destroy us," he remarked on television.